Good morning. Starting off day 69 on the Appalachian Trail, but first, the black and gold. Let's get some coffee. All right, we're departing Paul's place. Many thanks for his hospitality and let me take over his Tacoma for a couple, 3 days, and gonna drop me back off at the trail. We're now driving on the road to the trailhead for Spy Rock, and if you're going to drive on it, recommended you have four-wheel drive. Look at the notes on Far Out. That's Paul's truck. There's Paul. That car right there, he's got a Continental Divide sticker on it. Some other folks here, 23 through, all-wheel drive, Honda Accord, Subaru, and a Kaibo. Let's get going. Appalachian Trail, 1 mile. So this was the access road. It was over 2 miles, and the first mile wasn't too bad, but the last mile certainly got our attention. But not too bad if you got an all-wheel drive vehicle. My sister Lisa, who you saw in yesterday's video, she came out here last month, and she was a passenger, and one of the other passengers, the road was so tough on her, she got sick in the car. No bueno. So that was a campground Troop 893 out of Bon Air stayed at in the fall of 1984. Good memories. Appalachian Trail, pre-shelter, 1 mile. Back to mile 829.6. 1,000 feet of climb and a little over a mile. Poly. Entering the Priest Wilderness. Here's a cool map. Here's Cold Mountain, Salt Log Gap. Got that on video. Hit Spy Rock, great detour. Hiked a little bit more and then went to the Crabtree Falls Trail, but actually that's the parking right there for the Spy Rock, and this is the 800 series state road that get people's attention. High point on the Priest is right here, and then a big down, and then a huge up. So let's see how far I can go today. Mile 830. Pre-shelter is that way. I've only stayed at that shelter once. It was February 1987. Myself and 4 other cadets from VMI were doing a shakedown hike in preparation for doing the White Mountains the following month in the wintertime. We start at the bottom. It's 34 degrees, light drizzle, a little bit of snow on the ground. By the time we got up here, it was 30 degrees, 18 inches of snow, and freezing rain. And fortunately, I had some Koflatch boots on, and those are 2-layered boots, plastic shell with an inner booty. And I was in front, have that removed, and cutting trail. And thank goodness that shelter was there. We got in there, laid out all of our stuff, drank a bunch of warm fluids, and warmed up. But that was almost as hard as the White Mountains itself. Great memories. Taking the detour to go to the Priest Rock. So here we are at the Priest Overlook. The 6th time I've been here. First time without a view. Mile 831, and this is effectively the summit of the Priest. A couple years ago, I did this as a day hike, and I orbited the summit looking for a benchmark. Unsuccessful. Mile 832, and plenty of slick rocks around here that I'm not going to take any chance with. So going super slow on this section. Hopefully I learned my lesson about walking on rocks. Still holding steady at 2 falls. So on the descent of the Priest, there's been sightings of venomous snakes. And apparently my friend H had seen a venomous snake on here many years ago. So, and oh, by the way, that detour Blue Blaze, well, I didn't Blue Blaze, I drove a Toyota Tacoma to the Blue Ridge Tunnel, was his idea. So kudos to H for the suggestion on the detour. He's got lots of other great ideas too. For a few moments, I was above the clouds, but as I descend back in the clouds, and normally this is a great view. Cloudy day. Mile 833, and just passed a couple doing a day hike. They were going up, but they had stopped, and we chatted for a bit, and somehow the topic of alpha gal came up, and the woman said, I just tested positive for alpha gal, and she lives in the Charlottesville area. And I think I mentioned that Charlottesville has an outbreak of ticks with alpha gal. So many thanks to my friend Archie for getting my clothes treated with insect shield, doing everything I can to prevent it, put on bug spray, and then also try and practice some good personal hygiene, check. So taking the steps, but to reduce the risk, but you'll never eliminate it if you're out here doing this stuff. Mile 834. I just got a text from Engineer John and Sarah, his wife, that they'll be at the parking lot at the bottom of the Priest with a sub. Serendipity. Look. It's Sarah and John. It's only stalking if it's unwanted. All right, John brought me a Subway. Excellent. Replenishment underway. Oh, and of course, she brought the beet juice for the win. Many thanks to John and Sarah once again, saving the day. Serendipity came out of nowhere. Got a sandwich and some other snacks. See you on the trail.
Bye, Dave.
See ya.
Okay. He's got his trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, 50, brave, clean, and reverent. True 504 out of Virginia Beach, and that's really cool. They got the Eagle Scouts name on the trailer. Adopt a Trail, Tidewater ATC. They come a long way. There's a bridge that we're going to go over. Another suspension bridge. Let's check. They did not saddle a dead horse. Okay. Bridges are supposed to move. Hello, Mr. Snakey. Mile 836. Mile 837. Going up. Mile 838. There's the shelter over there. And that must be the Boy Scout troop. At least they left the shelter empty. Let's get on the White Blaze. Mile 839, in the last 0.2 of a mile, the trail has become quite bouldery and rocky. Stop for a view. Nice overcast day, cool breeze, great hiking conditions. Still lots of up to do. Mile 840, almost at Chimney Rock, and it's really steep. Chimney Rock in the clouds. Mile 841, and Just a continuous grind up this incline for more than just a few miles. Glad the conditions are favorable. Almost to the top of this grade, 2.6 to Maupin Field Shelter. Just a tad going up. Made it to the top of 3 ridges. 6 miles, 3,300 feet of elevation gain. Just a continuous grind. But I'd say about 2/3 of the trail was in decent condition. And then the other third had quite a few rocks on it. So, less than 3 miles to get to the shelter. Make a decision what to do from there. Mile 842. Mile 843. And the camera seems to make the surrounding area a lot lighter than what it really is. It's about 6:45 right now. Still well before sunset, but the fog and mist certainly reducing the visibility. Just made it to the summit of B Mountain, B-E-E. Very steep incline. Almost at the shelter. Less than a mile to go. I'll assess whether or not I want to sleep in the shelter. We'll see. Mile 844. Here's the turnoff for Maupin Field Shelter, but lots of flat campsites. Let's see if anybody's there. Again, I think if I can make it work, I'd stay in the shelter because I checked the weather. It's going to rain all day tomorrow. And it's a lot easier getting up when you don't have to take down a wet tent. Finishing up day 69, decided to take advantage of the shelter. Just a couple other folks here. It's about 8 o'clock. They got a bear hang. So getting out of here will be a lot easier tomorrow. Let's see how far I can go. Mile marker signing out.